Good morning, you guys, or good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world, of course. But it's morning for moi. Excited. As usual, I am friggin' pumped! I really am, guys. Okay, there's so many things going through my head, but I'll get to it right now. So I want to talk about growth hormone, which is going to lead me into a second video where I'm going to just kind of talk about the physique with growth hormone. I'm talking your own natural GH. I'm not talking about any supplementation. So how do we get, boom, muscularity? Especially as you get older, right? Called this the business. Didn't really mean to. Said it once on accident in a video and people kept saying, say the business, so that was the business. But the real point is about my body going through a growth hormone spurt, which I've been in this past year because I've gained 11 pounds of muscle. Yes. Whew. So I was 113 pounds, since I've been maybe 12 or 13. Now I'm 124 pounds, and believe it or not, with 10 surgeries from being a pro-vert skateboarder where I completely destroyed my left knee, now I have hip problems and right knee problems, and also broke my ankle pretty bad, so everything's a little dodgy. So I'm not gaining a lot of weight because I'm doing plyometrics, just jumping, boom, boom. No, this is a lot of smart workouts, lifestyle to raise my GH, my growth hormone. So how's that done? Well, of course, I talk to people about trying the ketogenic diet, and I've been calling it the non-BS diet because to enter a state of ketosis, you have to really be in balance with a lot of things. So, of course, ketogenic principles are that you eat 80% fat, 15% modest protein, and 5% carbohydrates coming from vegetables. And a little bit of fruit. That's right, fruity people. Like avocados, tomatoes in the right amount, olives, lemons. Those are fruits, but I digress. Let's get back to the growth hormone. How you get the business, yeah? How's that done? As you get older. Because I'm turning 47, ton of injuries. So when people are asking about the before and after, I'm like, this is the after. Because I'm in my 40s, close to 50. And this is not normal to have such low body fat for the average person. So growth hormone pretty much is acquired with all of the different barriers that say, these are my barriers. Age, injury. Age and injury. So for other people, it could be age, injury. It could not be age. It could be injury. It could not be injury. It could just be metabolic derangement. So when you're not having good muscle gains and lean body mass gains, right, to lower your body fat percent while keeping the muscle, it's because you have some kind of metabolic derangement. So how we raise growth hormone is, of course, things like sleep. It's about clearing out your systems. It's about how you work out and dietary measures and personality. That's it in a nutshell. If I go through those different kinds of situations, then it'll give you guys a nice barometer on what you need to consider. So basically, to raise growth hormone, you got to go to bed by 10, because between 10 and 12, that's when your body is able, via the circadian rhythm, because our body is connected to the outside light. We have a body clock in our bodies, which I've discussed before in a few other videos. So you want to be in bed between 10, or not even between, you want to be asleep. So between 10 p.m. and 12, you are starting to release growth hormone. And then your body is starting to repair. because your heart rate drops, your blood thickens, and you begin to fast and you start to go into hibernation mode so your body can repair. And right as you fall asleep, right after, you immediately start releasing growth hormone. So that's when you wake up in the morning, bam, you get the gains. Number 1, yes. Then when you do go to bed at 10, you want to go to bed on an empty stomach. Because think about it, it takes a lot of force, peristalsis, to break down food. Now, a lot of people use carbohydrates to drop blood sugar to put them to sleep, but then their sleep becomes interrupted. So now the effects of growth hormone go down. If your stomach is starting to work, then whatever was going to go to repair the body to then grow goes to the stomach, because the stomach's now on the job while everybody else gets to rest. So people get diverted, right? So if firemen were over here trying to put out something and fix something, now they got to go all to the stomach, and everybody's here, so everything else has a more difficult time to become fixed. All right, let's get more on to it. That lack of sleep is also connected to your adrenal health, your thyroid health. It's pretty much, as you know, connected to all the health. So if all these other symptoms are compromised because you're awake, then clearly, you guys, you're going to have a difficult time to raise your growth hormone and to build and repair. Another really important concept for raising your growth hormone is your workouts, you guys. So certain types of things like powerlifting, but if you're getting older, if you've got joint problems, if your adrenals are so overloaded that powerlifting just raises your cortisol and that doesn't work, then tempered workouts, breaks, really focusing on the muscle fascia, getting nice blood flow to the muscle, because I can get blood flow flexing with no muscle, with no weight. Am I going to break down the muscle fiber so it grows really big? No. But I'm able to repair my body by getting blood flow to the muscle as I'm starting to fix the thyroid, the adrenals, and fix the pregnenolone steal issue, the inability to produce balanced amounts of testosterone, progesterone, and estrogen. So you need to resistance train, body weight. Okay, so that's super important. People don't understand, a lot of those videos out there on the internet are talking about all these gnarly workouts, but most people can't do them. So for myself, because I've busted my lower half, and I also have shoulder issues from falling on my shoulder, skateboarding from 12 feet up in the air, so I'm not able to do all the things contrary to what my videos look like. I've got to be very smart about it. I've got to stretch in between. I've literally got to stretch the shoulder joint because it's so easily inflamed. I have to take breaks, and between the breaks, I stretch. Very, very, very important. I stretch when I get home. I stretch out of the shower, out of a bath, where the body's warm and I've got blood flow to the muscle. Yeah, so the joints don't tighten up and create more inflammation from the lack of mobility. Okay, more. Because I'm just throwing it out there because I'm so excited. Okay, so basically, it's more than just eating protein and do good sleep. Yes, sleep is important. Naps are important. If you're overworking, if you are an athlete and you're training really hard and you feel the onset of soreness come even after your workout, take a nap so your body can go into repair mode. You're not going to be in that circadian 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Growth, the highest level of being able to release growth hormone, but you're still going to be in a reparative zone if you take a nap, if you train that hardcore gnarly. Water and electrolytes and trace minerals, because a lot of people are depleting sodium and they don't replenish sodium. Growth hormone and raising growth hormone always means that if the body does not have to deal with another issue over here, then it's able to do its job over here with the growth hormone. And it's all connected. So you have to make sure you get enough sodium because you have a lot of sodium loss. This is for any nutrition protocol. If you're on doing the ketogenic diet, you're dumping a lot of waters through your kidney. Now your kidneys will balance themselves out over time. But in the beginning, you need to replenish water and sodium big time. Which gets me to, and of course, magnesium, potassium, zinc, iron, a lot of other minerals. But if we get to just detoxification pathways to release growth hormone, you can't be clogged up. Your bunghole can't be blocked up. Your colon, yeah? If you've got leaky gut of the intestines, then you have to patch that up. It's not really patch it up, but you've got to slow down this pathogen effect where your body starts to attack itself because you've got little holes in your small intestine, because you've been eating wheat. Get off the wheat, get off the sprouted. It doesn't matter. Yes, we cannot tolerate the gluten in the wheat. And even there's a cross reaction sometimes when you involve casein from cheese and oats. Sometimes the body just, and dairy, just all dairy, sometimes the body just mimics it and sees it as the same as wheat. So you want to do this elimination process. So you want to eliminate certain things so we can see what happens to the body and detoxify. They go hand in hand. So you have to detoxify the liver. I mentioned liver cleanse in my other video, which I don't really like calling it a cleanse. I just should have called it detoxifying. But if you're detoxifying, then you're getting estrogens out of the liver, like gooked up things like caffeine, alcohol. Alcohol does terrible things to the liver enzymes, so you want to use things like water. You want to use the right amount of methionine. You want to use potential milk thistle support. These are the types of things to consider with your liver. Now, the kidneys and the liver will work together when you use things like cruciferous vegetables, and try your hardest to stay away from the processed foods, the sugar, alcohols, the xylitol, all of that. Get it out. Clean it up. Get rid of the soy. Okay, another thing, where are we? Whew, time goes by so fast. So raising growth hormone is about, of course, if you're eating a carbohydrate diet, change your quality of carbohydrates to sweet potatoes, to squash, to pumpkin, to berries. Put yourself around 150 to 100 grams of carbohydrates. Place them around your workouts for those who just want to do low carb, but still up your fats. For the non-BS people, which you guys we have a little passion for, the ketogenic world. Of course, we want to lower our carbs down to 15. Of course, we want to up our fats, our healthy fats. So what's not healthy? Vegetable oils, those aren't healthy. And trans fats. But I digress. Or just oils that you've cooked for too long on the pan. That's really, it doesn't even matter if you cook olive oil at a high temperature too long. Even if olive oil sits in a bottle and you take it out on your salad, if it's been sitting there forever, it can go rancid and do little DNA damage there. Where are we? Quality of workouts. How I got big? I started doing pull-ups. I started doing dips. I started doing body weight with weight training. But I take a ton of breaks. That's my HIIT training, which is the other way that you raise your growth hormone levels. You do 30 seconds of a burst. Why is my eye watering? I'm so excited. That's why. 30-second burst followed by a 1.5 to 2-minute recovery. That would be sprinting for 30 seconds and walking back to your original spot. That would be lunging. That would be anything. Well, since I can't use my lower half, my 30 seconds would be in the form of dips or pull-ups, followed by a stretch recovery. HIIT training is going to have you, but then you HIIT train in the day, you get to sleep by 10, you get all the crappy processed foods out, you drink water, you get your minerals up, and you up your fats, and you get enough light exposure for the circadian rhythm, and you detox the liver and the kidneys, and you get the right kind of protein in. Boom! Bone broth soup. Boom! Raw liver, pastured eggs, some grass-fed beef. That's going to do it. You don't want to have stress. You don't have bacterial stress. You want to raise stomach acid. And you want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com or Stephanie the Business Person about how to raise growth